Kim, it's nice to meet you. I think we started speaking back in June, and we're into getting on towards the back end of October now. And you've very kindly contacted us with a view to us giving you some exposure and you giving us some money, which was very welcome because we'd just come back to Odsal at that time. And as you can see, we used the money wisely, and we put a sign up on what you see with the touchdown bars, advertising City Fibre. The first time we met via video, and I think we did a lot of video calls around that time because obviously we're down in lockdown, and it does actually make you appreciate just how dependent we are on technology and how we can use it as a really good business tool when we need to. So tell me, Kim, who are City Fibre?
Oh, great question to start off with. So CityFibre are a broadband infrastructure company, which basically means we put full fibre broadband technology under the ground or on poles, and we feed from our fibre exchanges to people's homes, and we bring full fibre technology to the home.
So what does full fibre mean?
So full fibre is where you have, well, to put it more simply, fibre is just glass. So that glass is very clever glass, and it allows us to put multiple signals along at the same time from our fibre exchanges to your home, and it is just a means of communicating technology, just really to get data signal from one place to another. That's all fibre is.
Nice.
But what it means to you is at home you'll be able to watch TV, stream your movies, play on the internet, or work, or upload photos, or speak to somebody on the other side of the world through Skype, through that cable that goes under the ground.
I know I'm going to ask you this a little bit later on, but one thing that I did think about is this interview is going to probably take about 5, maybe 10 minutes at the most. If anybody is interested in having full fibre to their home, how do they go about it? How would they find out if they could get it?
Well, first of all, we don't actually sell to the end user. So they would actually get that connection through one of the internet service providers or ISPs that are on our network. And to find out if your home is currently covered by our network, you go onto our website. So that's CityFibre, and it's CityFibre.com, and you just register your postcode in there, and it'll simply tell you whether we've built to your area, we're there at the moment, and if we are there at the moment, which internet service provider is available on the network.
And I think I'm right in thinking that if you visit, if any of our fans visit our website, and if they go onto the business directory, the Bulls directory, Bullry, and they click on there, and they click on City Fibre, that will take them straight through to your website, won't
It will indeed,
so
straight
they can
through.
do that.
Yeah.
So that's great. So that's an easy way for them to find out when it might be available where they live.
Yeah, and what I would say is we don't have, we have new ISPs coming on board all the time. So if you're waiting and holding out for a particular one and they're not on the list at the moment, try again, maybe click through the club's link in a few months' time, because we really only just started building at the start of this year in Bradford. So it's quite a long build. We'll be here for another 3-4 years.
Wow.
And over that time, we'll be bringing on more and more ISPs, so you'll get much greater choice and hopefully that ability to not just choose on price, but choose as well on the service that you want from them.
Sounds like we can look forward to seeing that sign on the bars for a few more years yet. That's good. That's good news to me. So, I mean, you said that you're rolling out full fibre in the Bradford area. Are you involved in other parts of the UK as well?
We are. So CityFibre is a UK-based company. We're predominantly in England and in Scotland. And currently I think we're in about 60 cities that we're building in. But in Yorkshire, particularly West Yorkshire and South Yorkshire, there's an awful lot of CityFibre build. So yeah, you will see us if you drive from the centre of Bradford into Leeds or south down to Dewsbury, you will see us in a number of cities.
What will we see? If I'm driving along the road and full fibre is being laid, what will I see?
Okay. Ultimately, you will see barriers, because this is one of the UK's largest infrastructure projects that's happening at the moment. And unfortunately, there's no two ways around it. We've got to put that brand new technology into the ground. It's going to be in there for a very long time, so we're talking decades. But to put it in there does require us to dig. It's a very small trench, but that does mean there will be barriers, and in some cases there'll be traffic lights just to make sure it's safe for people to go past.
I guess, you know, with technology moving forward, there's no other choice, is there? Yeah.
No, there's no other choice, and I think this is about future-proofing not just the cities, but the areas around the cities for years and decades to come, and making sure that the network is there not just for us, but for our kids and our kids' kids, so that they can know that there's the reliability that's there for a long time.
So what are the actual plans for Bradford? Is it Bradford wide, or is it specific to the business areas or the residential areas? Or?
This particular build is very much fibre to the home. So this is about the residents and the homes, but we can also connect businesses at the same time. If you imagine that we're building out like a great big spider's web, we're currently building in the area of Bowling, and then we're also heading out from the city centre towards Manningham at the moment. So you will see us in those sort of areas, and we're already, as we call it, lighting up homes in those parts of the city, and people can connect through the ISPs that are in there at the moment. We ultimately aim to connect, I think it's about 140,000 homes across Bradford, which is a significant number. Yeah. And it's costing us around about £75 million to connect all those homes. So that's it's quite a big investment in the city.
Where does that money come from?
It's actually private investment.
Is it? Right?
So have you got a pension?
I have got a pension.
So it's entirely possible that a small percentage somewhere is in pension funds that may or may not be in City Fibre. So we have private investors, and it's about very long-term, reliable.
Well, I hope if I have got investments in, I hope you do very well.
So do I.
So how much data? I mean, I think I've got BT broadband at the moment, and I think I get something like 35 meg data. And I can watch movies, and I can play games, and I can go on a PC and do a number of things. What kind of speeds do you get with full fibre?
So with full fibre, it's up to a gig, which is significantly more. And also it's what we call symmetrical, so you can upload almost the same as you can download. Right. Which is great if you're uploading movies or images. And the thing I'd like, and it isn't just about speed, it's about the reliability that comes with full fibre. I appreciate that you know you're able to work and watch movies, but if you had maybe a family member that came over and wanted to stream some computer games, and somebody else who wanted to maybe use Skype, it starts to struggle a little bit when you've got multiple people using multiple things in a household. And also you can, you know, if you're using it for business and you're having a conversation and it just suddenly drops, you don't get that with full fibre. You get the reliability that comes from just a really simple piece of glass that goes all the way to your home.
Oh. Right. So we mentioned what we can do now. Moving forward, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I mean, there must be people that are looking at technology for those times. What kind of technology can you see us using in the future, using full fibre?
I think the really exciting things probably haven't been invented yet. I think there's going to be so much using our network that I just can't even begin to imagine. But the things that do exist at the moment are products like virtual reality. And I know that it's people been talking about virtual reality for a very long time, but it doesn't really mean anything. I think increasingly we'll start to see it as travel maybe gets more expensive and we're encouraged to stay local. I think there'll be much more opportunity to travel the world virtually, and also there are talks of the metaverse where you can go in and spend time with people virtually. And it all sounds quite sci-fi, and it's not actually that far away. This technology will allow us to utilise that as and when it comes. Right. But even today, you've got Sky Glass and other products that are coming on board that will just work more seamlessly with full fibre.
I can see that actually, and I saw the advert for Sky Glass the other day, and I suppose if I'm at home and if say my granddaughter comes and stays and I'm streaming a film it means that she can stream film and my grandson can play on the Xbox and it all, whereas now we might struggle, might we?
I liken it, if you imagine it more as a pipe of water coming into your house, and you're having a shower and then somebody flushes the toilet. It doesn't go down too well in the household sometimes, and I think what we do is bring a huge amount of water into the house so that it can cope with multiple showers and multiple baths being run at the same time.
Right.
If you choose to, it's there when you need it.
Okay, Matt, I didn't want to tell you initially how many people are going to be seeing this interview, but I thought maybe I should share it with you now. Because I know that when we first started speaking, we talked about we wanted visibility for CityFibre, and you kindly gave us some money in terms of us providing you with that kind of visibility. But today's interview is going to go out to about 50,000 plus people.
Wow. Hello.
So you're going to be famous overnight. If people start stopping in the street and asking you for your autograph, you'll know where it's come from. I want to thank you very much, Kim, for both being our partner and for doing this interview. And I know we've got another few interviews planned yet, and I look forward to doing the next one. So thank you very much.
Fantastic. No, thank you.
Thank you very much.